general knowledge-based examination and general aptitude-based examination. Right. Now, only thing is that let me show you some of the examination which is based on this general aptitude, and the end of it you will accept that every examination format is same. Say for example, and any examination you take it, my friend, normally, because India, the word competition is very common parlance, right? It is very, very common. One of the most used words, right? Any examination, even let the vacancy be only 10, single digit per se, right? I'll be having more than, right, 10,000 applications which is coming for the same, right? Filling the post of 10, I'll be having 10,000 applications. And because I understand population is so much, right? If that is the case, I understand it means since the competition level is very high, right? Generally, any examination you take in this country, preferably the top echelons when I talk about it, generally you have this 3 stage of examination. What are the 3 stages of examination? Say for example, the first stage of examination, you call them as what? A filtration level, right? Filtration level. That's the reason the name itself says it is preliminary examination. You call them as what? Preliminary examination, right? Just to tell you, the purpose of preliminary examination is to select only the serious candidate for the next level, right? And that is the reason most of the examination, the marks of preliminary examination, I am saying most of the examination, marks of preliminary examination is not included in your final list, right? Once you, this is mostly like a hurdle. You have to cross this hurdle, right? I have to qualify this examination, that's it. Once you qualify this examination, my dear friends, you will be called for mains examination, right? And still you fare better, you'll be having this interview. And let me tell you, there is a Supreme Court guidance. It says any final recruitment or gradation list, you call them as what? Gradation list. Common man's parlance, you call them as what? Merit list. So when I talk about the merit list, if you ask me that how exactly merit list is prepared in any examination, generally the marks of this 2 stages are taken, right? And the Supreme Court guidance says normally, right, interview should not be more than 15% of the total marks for selection. So it means on an average, mains examination will be carrying 85% of the marks in your merit list, and 15% will be for interview. This is, see, there are exceptions. Why I'll tell you exceptions. CDS is an exemption. When I talk about this CDS examination or SSC, Service Selection Board, right, Combined Defense Service, right, NDA, National Defense Academy selections, that is an exception. Because just with written examination, you cannot select a person for almost serving in what? Indian Armed Forces. Central Armed Police Force, that is an exception, where the integrity of an individual is tested more. Their interview plays a very important role, but that is an exception. I am talking about common recruitment. So when I talk about any other common recruitment apart from uniformed service, interview marks is normally capped at 15%, my friend. So somewhere, if you prepare for any examination, take this mains examination very, very seriously. Very, very seriously, right? Once you take it very seriously, your preparation becomes easy and certain. Right? Any examination. It can be PO, probationary officer of SBI, IBPS, right? Or it can be civil service examination, or it can be your group 1 examination of your respective state. These are common 3 stages what you come across, right? In that regard, let me show you some of the syllabus that is drafted for their respective examination. See, I'm talking about this IBPS. IBPS is one umbrella organization which recruit people for, right, almost all the nationalized banks, public sector banks, right? Not only public sector bank, it also recruits people for the initial stage in RBI. And talk about the Reserve Bank of India, the probation means the grade B officer, right? Preliminary examination is conducted by IBPS. You would have heard about this regional rural banks. This regional rural banks is also almost, the recruitment of the same is carried by IBPS. If you ask me, right, what exactly is the syllabus? Read it. This is aptitude based. Preliminary examination, what you have is English knowledge, numbers, numerical ability, what we have seen as a reasoning ability, right? Both verbal and non-verbal. Mains examination, you will be having an overlapping, correct? You will be having an overlapping. Again, what you have is reasoning, English language, quantitative aptitude. Now, general awareness. But this general awareness is not so exhaustive like what we have seen in general studies. No, only that awareness which is with reference to banking system. That's it, correct? And computer knowledge, what I termed it as what? ITC or ICT, sorry. ICT, that is information and communication technology, right? Somewhere I'm saying that this is the syllabus, my friend, right? Let us not go into the details of it because we are not, right, almost selecting an examination now. Only thing is that we are striking a commonality between all the examination. In that regard, right, we ask me some other examination. Okay, for example, let me talk about SBI PO. Again, what I see, reasoning, computer aptitude, what I call it as ICT, data analysis, statistics, data interpretation, what we have decoded, general economy banking, that is general awareness regarding economy and banking system, English language. Can you see a commonality? 2 exams, the syllabus is more or less same, correct? Again, when I talk about some other examination, say for example, RBI Grade B officer, one of the most prestigious examination what you can write, I'm telling you. See, this RBI Grade B officers, hardly people know about it. But if you ask me, I would regard that RBI Grade B officer is better than many services which is offered in civil service. Right, I am not treated better than IAS, but certainly I would treat this service better than IRS. If somebody related to IRS is there, please excuse me. Right, but this is what the reality is all about. Right, you will be a career almost, right, personnel who's associated with RBI. Right, you will be having an opportunity to work in World Banks. Right, one of the most fantastic service you can have with RBI, my friend, RBI Grade B officer. This is the post where I said that you have a chance of almost becoming this governor of RBI, right? Why to miss a chance? Provided you get as early as possible in the service, right? Again, if you ask me what is the syllabus of it, see, general awareness, not so exhaustive like what we have seen with general studies, but again, banking and economy, English language, repetitive, quantitative aptitude, your verbal and non-verbal reasoning ability. Commonality. Every examination you take it, right, the same areas will again and again get repeated. That's the reason I say, you don't prepare for IBPS, you don't prepare for SBI, you don't prepare for SSC, you prepare aptitude. If you're preparing aptitude, a process of 3 months, right, plenty of examination in this country, respectable post, right, you have a chance of qualifying it. Let's see, let us not have a phobia. Let us not have a myth, because every examination question, what it is asked, somewhere syllabus itself specifically mentions that it is what? Only class 10 level, my dear friends. Class 10th level, right? They specifically mention it just to tell you that please do not go for in-depth reading, correct? Go for voracious reading, yes, accepted, but don't go for in-depth reading. Right, and nobody can deny that I have not studied it till class 10, right? And when I talk about this SSC, my friend, right, Staff Selection Commission, right, where it recruits the Group B non-guested officers and the rest of the personnel for what? The central government post. Again, if you ask me, right, let me almost take only one exam, right? It talks about one exam called a CGL. CGL means Combined Graduate Level Examination, where if you have a degree, right, any undergraduation, right, any degree recognized by an university in India, right, you can write this examination. So you have both prelims and mains, what you call them as what? Tier 1 and Tier 2. Again, see the syllabus, general intelligence and reasoning, general awareness, right, quantitative aptitude, English language comprehension, Tier 2, which is more important, quantitative abilities, quantitative aptitude, English language and comprehension, right? If you almost want to almost select the statistical services, you have statistics. My dear friends, somewhere, I'm telling you again and again, there lies a commonality with all the exams that is happening in this country, right? Plenty of exams out there. Even when I talk about National Insurance Corporation Limited in India, right, the same set of areas I have to write, right? English language, reasoning, quantitative aptitude. Right? When I talk about IB, Intelligence Bureau, if you want to enter as ACIO, Assistant Central Intelligence Officer, And again, what is that I have to prepare for? General awareness, quantitative aptitude, logical ability, English language. When it comes for mains examination, tier 2, at least some descriptive, right? Means almost you have descriptive papers where you will be writing an essay. So somewhere, again, I'm striking a commonality. Yes, since we are almost, you are from IASC and most of you are teachers. Let me also tell you, even when I talk about almost, right, UGC NET, right? So when I talk about national agency, testing agencies which conducts UGC NET, when I talk about some of the areas, see, you have two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 2 is your subject aptitude, right? Your specialized subject. I'm not getting into it. But when I talk about paper 1, there are more areas where I have those areas which is overlapping with my general preparation. What is that? See, reading comprehension, correct? Overlaps. Communication and interpersonal skills overlaps. Reasoning and mathematical aptitude overlaps. Logical reasoning overlaps. Data interpretation overlaps. Information and communication technology overlaps. Right? If there is a case, see, this paper is not, it means, see, people normally do not take this paper so, right, seriously, right? Somewhere I understand it, each and every mark here matters. So somewhere I understand mathematically, if I'm just calculating 60% of your preparation overlaps with your general, right, areas, what I have demarcated for my competitive examination preparation. So somewhere, right, understand the commonality of any examination, my friend. Commonality of any examination, right? You start preparing for a larger gamut of examination. Certainty of a job, getting a job or settling becomes, right, very easy, right? Or I should say, probability becomes high. So far what we have seen, we talked about the examination which is based on aptitude. Now let me talk about that examination which is based on general studies. Right, general studies. If I talk about examination based on general studies, let me start with the mother of all examination, right? UPSC is the agency. UPSC itself is not the exam, right? UPSC is an agency. Union Public Service Commission, it is a commission, correct? A permanent body, right? This agency called as UPSC conducts various examination, right? One among them is this civil service examination, my friend. Right, in this civil service examination, this is the examination which almost provides you the post like IAS, IPS, Indian Foreign Service, Indian Revenue Service, right, Indian Railway Traffic Service, and so on. There are somewhere around 24 such services we have, right? So many services it almost offers, right? Any department you take it, right? This is the examination which will recruit that possibly the highest possible direct recruitment post. Right. This is one of the most prestigious examination in this country. Right. And even when Principal Sir was talking about the successful candidate, right, I want to reiterate this fact. According to me, this examination is more a democratic examination. See, it is not necessary that only the people from IITs, IIMs, the premier institute with a fantastic educational background or the city background qualifies this examination. No, not at all. If I just talk about the percentage of success, the rural background students are more in number than the urban background students, right? That's the reason I call this examination as the most democratic examination in this country, right? When I talk about almost the mixture of candidates who get selected for this examination, you will accept the fact that it means education has deep penetrated, almost the last mile connectivity we have achieved, right, generations ago, right? Somewhere I understand, as I would reiterate again what Sir has said, right, almost a laborer's son has been selected, ranked 119 this year, right? A laborer's son was selected, right? It means your economic status, right? Your academic achievements, right? Your surroundings, environment, the place where you live, right? Your society, right? Are not the barriers, right? Let me tell you, my friends, when I talk about clearing the civil service examination, there is only one barrier, that is your mindset, correct? Break the mindset, civil service is attainable, achievable, doable, right? Only thing is that's the reason always we say, right, to study what you need, right, is will to study. Once you have a will to study, you can do it. So my dear friends, why I say this examination is mother of all examination? Because there are a number of statistics. Right. One such statistics which is conducted by this Vio News. Vio News is a global news academy, right? Right, global news agency as such. So when I talk about Vio News, right, they have conducted a statistical analysis, right? They have conducted a survey, and they have accordingly concluded that civil service examination conducted by UPSC is the second most toughest examination, not in India, in the entire world. Right, there is a master sommelier diploma examination, which is regarded as the most toughest examination, right? Purpose is completely different. But if you ask me, last 40 years, only 229 candidates have qualified this examination. Forget about it. But if you ask me, the second most difficult examination in the entire world is this exam called as UPSC, right? Civil service examination. Second most difficult examination. But if you ask me, right, can I prepare for this examination? My answer, closing my eyes, I can say yes. Because I have seen the democratic, right, almost success of this examination. A school dropout, a patient who is dyslexic, right, a child labor, right, they have qualified this examination. You will not believe, you can Google out, you can find it, convicts who are there in Bihar jail, right, almost serving their conviction in Bihar jail, started preparing for the examination, they qualified this examination. Right, you can also ask me that how come a convict can qualify? Don't they check this criminal antecedents? Right, we do not have a system called as double jeopardy. Right, the people with a law background will understand what is this double jeopardy. There cannot be a punishment twice. A person cannot be punished for the same offense. Right, already they have almost punished. Right, they have almost served their term. You have people who are almost serving in civil service who were convicted, who were preparing from the inmates were preparing. My dear friends, that's the reason again and again I say this is a democratic examination. Who can qualify this examination? Who cannot qualify the examination? Nobody can say. But right, one who understands the process can qualify this examination better than others. The success of this, the probability of success of this individual is better than others. So my dear friends, talking about this particular examination, civil service examination, UPSC, one of the most prestigious. Again, I have 3 stages: prelims, eligibility test, right? It is just to filter the serious candidates. Once you qualify the prelims, then comes the main test, and the name itself says mains examination, right? Descriptive in nature. Preliminary examination, most of the preliminary examination, they are objective in nature. Select the best option. When talk about mains examination, they are descriptive in nature. You have to write, like what exactly you're going to, you'll be writing in your college, you used to write in your schools, etc. Right, of course. The third stage, what you have is what? The personality test. Right. Now, this examination, my friend, if I talk about the syllabus part, very interesting. See, this is the detailed syllabus for your preliminary examination. It says, current events of national and international importance. So somewhere, can I say this is nothing but what? Current affairs. This is nothing but current affairs, my friends. Right? Nothing but current affairs. History of India and Indian national movement. Put it in one word, history. Right. Indian and world geography. Again, put it in one word, geography. Right. Current events, history, geography, Indian polity, economy, right, environment, and general science. Don't you think the same syllabus what we have seen earlier? Whenever I say general studies, hardly examination goes beyond these topics. Right, this is what the limit is all about. That's the reason again and again I'm just saying, history I have studied ancient, medieval, modern. I have studied till my class 10. Right, Indian geography and world geography, both physical and human geography I have studied till class 10 over. Most of the books, my dear friends, what you study for civil service examination, I tell you, if you ask me what is a textbook for civil service examination preparation, right, how exactly I can become an IAS, right, what is a textbook, right, which book covers the majority of the syllabus, where the certainty of the question is very high, right, you know what is that? You call them as what? NCERT books. National Council for Educational Research means almost training, right? NCERT books, put it very simple, CBSE books, right, school books. Right, school books from class 6 to class 10, right, no exaggeration, this is all about the reality, right, underestimated reality, right, class 6 to 10 school books, right, or the textbook for the prestigious and the most difficult examination in the country and the second difficult examination in the entire world. Right? This is what the reality is. Class 6 to 10 is the textbook. Then again, you may ask the question again, why then this competition has become so difficult? This examination has become so difficult. That's the reason, my friend, competition. Right? Maybe before concluding the session, I'll just tell you that what exactly is a strategy to crack any competitive examination. We have something called as golden rule, right? Golden rule. I always say that smart work is better than hard work, right? So preliminary examination, you have seen, my friend, what exactly is the syllabus demand? Consolidate, right? These are the subjects. I have history, I have geography, I have polity, I have science, I have economy, environment, current events. 7 areas. General studies, normally I say it is a rule of 7. And even when I talk about the distribution of the question, what was asked last year, 2020 did not happen. Right, October 4th. It was supposed to happen on March 31st. Because of COVID, it was postponed to what? October 4th. But 2018-19, somewhere I understand, the distribution of the question which was asked is more or less equitably distributed. Right? Fine, friends. So civil service not only has the paper which is talking about this general studies, it also have a qualifying paper which is based on aptitude. See the syllabus? Comprehension, correct? Interpersonal skills, including communication skills. See, your UGC syllabus, right? Logical reasoning and ability, analytical ability, decision making and problem solving, general mental ability, basic numeracy, where numbers, their relation, magnitude, etc. See, UPSC has deliberately given this in bracket. See, class 10 level. They say don't go beyond it. Right? If you have studied max till class 10, that is the upper limit what we are fixing for the level of difficulty. Correct? This is what UPSC says. Right? Data interpretation, nothing but what? Your statistics. Correct? Again, it says what? Class 10 level, my friends. This is the syllabus for UPSC. Forget about the others. When I talk about the toughest examination in India, the second most toughest examination in the world, the syllabus do not go beyond those informations what you have studied in school. That's the reason somewhere I want to almost make few things clear, or I want to reiterate to the candidates who are preparing for civil service examination. Civil service, not only civil service, any competitive examination, right? Please have this in mind. Competitive examination is not difficult. See, one thing, let me tell you. Competitive examination is not as easy as what I am portraying till now. But certainly, this examination is not as difficult as it is portrayed elsewhere. Correct? Somewhere, I'm telling you, right, see it in a holistic fashion. Right? Understanding this examination becomes very certain, my friends. Right. Now, getting in further, when I talk about the mains examination of civil service, right, again, whatever I had for preliminary examination, some of the areas are there, right? The 7 areas. There are 7 areas is redistributed into different papers, and I'll be going for what? Descriptive papers. I'll be writing an answer, right? Writing an answer. It is more like descriptive in nature. It is more subjective in nature, correct? But again, if you ask me area is more or less same. See, Indian heritage, culture, history, and geography. Governance and polity, nothing but polity. Right, technology, science and technology, environment, economic development, so on. Right, disaster management is the extension of what? Right, geography as such. Somewhere, I'm not getting this ethics and integrity, forget it. But somewhere I understand, whatever you studied for prelims, the similar topics you have for what? Mains also. Correct. So my dear friends, somewhere I've just shown you what exactly is there for what? Civil service. TNPSC. When I talk about group 1 examination, again, what you're seeing, right? The same general studies, see, the 7 areas of general studies. I'll also show you that the syllabus comparison of this. General studies I have, right, 150 marks is for general studies and 20 marks is for aptitude, correct? Again, I have the combination of both. Again, if you come for mains examination, right, all 3 papers, paper 1, paper 2, paper 3 is completely what? General studies and aptitude again. It is aptitude, my friend. Right, this is what you have for what? Group 1 examination, right? I'll also show you the syllabus, my friend.